Like and subscribe for more drama.
Am I the asshole? My girlfriend is mad that I don't want to babysit her nephew on Father's Day. On Sunday, it's Father's Day. My first Father's Day. I want to spend it alongside my girlfriend and our 7-month-old. But her brother asked us to babysit his kid on that day because he and his girlfriend want to go out. When my girlfriend asked me, I politely said no, because it's my first Father's Day, and I'd like to spend it as a little family. She got salty and a little mad, and is now being passive-aggressive. Her brother doesn't like me, and the feeling is mutual. We don't speak. He only talks to my girlfriend when he needs a favor. His kid is great, and we've babysat him multiple times. On my girlfriend's first Mother's Day, it was just us three. I don't know why she can't do the same for me.
AITA for letting my brother get evicted after he bought a $5,000 gaming setup. So this happened last month, and my whole family is split over it. My younger brother called me out of the blue, panicking, said he was about to be evicted and needed $1,200 to pay his rent. I asked what happened. He said work cut his hours unexpectedly, and he was barely getting by. I don't make a ton, but I'm decent financially. I've helped him before, groceries, rides, even phone bills, but something felt off this time. So I asked, can you show me a breakdown of what happened this month? Maybe your bank statements or something? He instantly got defensive and said, you either trust me or you don't. I said, I do, but this is a big ask. You're talking about over $1,000. He hung up. I gave it a few days, then checked his Instagram out of curiosity. That's when I saw it. A full post of his new gaming setup, LED lights, dual curved monitors, a mechanical keyboard, and a caption that said, finally built my dream setup. I did a little digging. The PC alone was around $3,000, and the whole setup had to be close to $5,000. I called him back and asked, is that why you can't pay rent? He didn't even deny it. He said, it's not like I used your money. It was my tax return. The rent is a separate thing. That's supposed to be you helping me out. I told him straight up to sell the PS5, cancel a few subscriptions, and figure it out. He blew up, said I was acting superior because I'm older, and told me not to worry about it anymore. The next day, my mom called. She said, you can't let your brother get kicked out. Family helps family. Then my aunt joined in. It's just money, he's your brother. But I've helped him so many times. And honestly, I'm tired of being the one expected to fix everything while he buys luxuries. He still hasn't paid rent, and last I heard, he's staying on a friend's couch. Now half my family's calling me heartless, and the other half says I did the right thing. So I the EA for refusing to pay my brother's rent after he spent $5,000 on a gaming setup. Am I the asshole for ending an 18-year friendship after finding out my best friend slept with my ex-husband, the father of my child? I, 40 favorite female, recently ended a nearly 18-year friendship with my best friend Jasmine, 45, fave female. After I found out she slept with my ex-husband Stephen, 44M, multiple times after our divorce. Stephen is also the father of my daughter. Stephen and I were together for 14 years, married for 8. We have one daughter, now 23. I met Jasmine through Stephen when they worked together, and she and I immediately became close. We were inseparable. I was there for her through her unplanned pregnancy. Her son's father chose to give up rights after she waited 5 years to tell him. I supported her through everything. I was auntie her kids, and she was the same to my daughter. She even called my parents mom and dad, and was at all our family events. Stephen and I separated when I was 26 and he was 29. Our daughter was 8. 4 years later, I met my now husband Chad, who also has a child from a previous relationship. We dated for several years and have been married for 4. Here's the complicated part. Stephen is actually my sister's husband's brother. My sister married Stephen's brother over 25 years ago. Because of that connection, Stephen has always been around for holidays, birthdays, and family dinners. Even after the divorce, my family kept including him, which made things a bit awkward at times. We tried to make it work for our daughter's sake. Chad always thought it was a little weird but stayed understanding. At a family event, Jasmine was there as usual, along with Stephen and Chad. During a casual conversation, Stephen told my husband that he had slept with Jasmine multiple times after our divorce. He said she would ask him for help around the house, and she'd thank him by sleeping with him. Chad didn't tell me right away. He said he didn't want to hurt me and knew how much Jasmine meant to me. But eventually he told me, and I was devastated. I cried. I felt heartbroken and disgusted. It wasn't even because of jealousy, since I've long moved on, but because of the betrayal. Jasmine had always referred to Stephen as uncle to her kids. We were chosen family. After sitting with it for a while, I sent a group text to both Stephen and Jasmine. I calmly confronted them. Jasmine replied saying, you're happily married now, so what do you care? And added that it was just sex. She even said she wouldn't care if I slept with her ex-husband. Then Stephen chimed in to say he had also slept with another one of my close friends right after our separation. There was no apology, just what felt like bragging. I messaged Jasmine separately and told her I love her, but I can't continue the friendship. Stephen is the father of my child. He was like an uncle to her children. We were supposed to be like family. I stood by her through everything. but this crossed a line I can't ignore. I've since cut Jasmine out completely. I also told my family that Steven is no longer welcome at events hosted by me or in my home. Our daughter is an adult now with twin babies of her own. There's no reason for Steven to be part of my personal life anymore. I'll be cordial when needed since we share a daughter and grandchildren, but I no longer want him in my space. I told my immediate family what happened. They all agreed Jasmine crossed the line and supported me cutting her out. But some are struggling with the idea of excluding Steven, since he is still considered part of the family due to marriage and history. Some people say I'm being too sensitive and that I should let it go because it was just sex and happened in the past. But to me, it wasn't just about sex. It was about loyalty, respect, and the emotional weight of everything we've been through. So, a mightier Tiana for ending the friendship and cutting my ex-husband out of our family circle after finding out they slept together.
Am I the asshole for refusing to let my ex-best friend meet my baby after he slept with my ex-wife? 29 ml, just became a dad and my daughter is everything to me. But I told my ex-best friend he'll never meet her, and now people are calling me bitter. Backstory. My ex-wife and I divorced 2 years ago after she cheated. I later found out my best friend of 12 years was the one she cheated with. I didn't hear it from either of them. I found out through her sister. They denied it for months until she finally admitted they hooked up once while we were still married. My so-called friend just shrugged and said things happened, bro. 2 years later, I'm remarried and just had my first child. Out of nowhere, he messages me saying he heard I had a baby and wants to meet her. I said, absolutely not. You lost that right when you stabbed me in the back. Now mutual friends say I'm holding a grudge and should let it go. But to me, this isn't revenge. It's protecting my peace. So, AITA.
Am I the asshole for not attending a colleague's wedding and telling a little lie as to why I'm not attending? My colleague is getting married in a few months, and she has invited everyone in our team. She and I are the only Gen Z in the office and started around the same time, so we've always been closer to each other than everyone else. But I've always maintained boundaries and kept my personal life separate. The wedding is in her small town. To go, I would have to get time off, fly, then shuttle and pay for accommodation and buy a gift. After the wedding, I am traveling to watch Oasis, and I then going to Japan. I need to save. I figured since I don't really want to go, and I need to save my money, and we're not that close, and not worth my spending around $2,000 on this. I didn't tell her I didn't want to go. I just told her I have a lot going on that same week. She said, that's okay, and that was it. During my lunch break, I went to a cafe, and my mom asked if I had told her, and I texted my mom about what happened. I didn't know another colleague was standing behind me reading my messages. When I came back to the office, said colleague had told everyone in our team what I had texted my mom. I told her that very nosy and rude and none of her business. I apologized to the bride-to-be and told her I can't fork out that much money for her wedding when I have a lot going on in my life. She said it was chill and she gets it and we're good. It's everyone else that thinks I'm wrong for not going. Am I the truthy? I walked out of my own wedding. Over a cake. Everyone thinks I overreacted, but they don't know why. I asked for one thing. To honor my late father with a cake design he made when I was little. It was sentimental. It mattered. But when I got to the reception, there was a giant Fortnite-themed monstrosity, with my fiancé grinning. He said, it's fun. Nobody cares about your dad's boring idea. I looked at his parents. They laughed. So I took off my heels, grabbed my purse, and left. He chased me out yelling, it's just a cake. But to me, it was a sign that he'd never take me seriously. Am I the bridezilla? Or did I dodge a disaster?